We mainly use two kinds of devices for our program, one being the Smart Table, the other being the iPad. The Smart Table is a multi-touch device and can be used by up to 8 students at the same time. From experience, however, we do not recommend more than 4 at one table at the same time. It gets very tight otherwise, and it's hard to control 16 hands and 80 fingers. The table is very robust and can be pushed on casters that also have brakes. We have not seen any damage on the Smart Table from using it so far. It seems to be very sturdy. The table comes with a small number of applications, some of which can be customized. A collection of customizations can be saved and is called an activity pack. There are over 1,000 activity packs available for downloading on the Smart website. Most of these activity packs were developed by other Smart Table users. I think the biggest advantage of the Smart Table is that it allows for easy creation of customized material within the bounds of the existing applications. The content can be tailored to fit into the current curriculum. There are some disadvantages though. For example, the graphics of the Smart Table applications look already outdated. Anyone using a current computer will likely feel the same way. While it is great to have over 1,000 activity packs available, we rarely found anything matching exactly the topics we wanted to teach. Most of the time, the process involves downloading the activity packs, using it, and then deleting it just to do the same thing again with the next activity pack that seems to match the topics we wanted to teach. There is a preview option for the downloadable activity packs, but in most of the cases it will be insufficient to determine if the activity packs is suitable for your needs or not. Of course, the downloaded activity packs can be customized again with the Smart Table Toolkit. This is great, but the whole process of sifting out to retain only the suitable activity packs will take just as much time or even more time than creating your own material from scratch. After you set up the Smart Table, created your own content to teach the children, what else do you need? You need a great facilitator. We found that without an engaging facilitator, the kids usually get bored very quickly. Without a great facilitator, the Smart Table is of no use. We couldn't find any activity that allowed us to leave the kids on the Smart Table working by themselves. A Smart Table costs about $6,500 and is therefore a big investment. Do not think that those are the only costs. You will spend money on staff time to find, create and customize activity packs. You will also spend money on facilitators on the Smart Table, reining in the children and guiding them through the lessons. I think the Smart Table can be a very valuable tool in teaching children lessons about the topics in the current curriculum with material you created yourself and can therefore have the most confidence in. I do not think it would be easy to find something comparable easily. The iPad is a multi-touch tablet PC ideally used by one person. In our program, usually every child gets one iPad. The iPad comes with pre-installed software and there are a lot of free apps to be found in Apple's App Store. Overall, there are over 140,000 apps available. Among them, many children's books and educational apps. The apps often have beautiful graphics and are presented in a way as to be appealing to their audience. In our experience, the children learn to use the iPad very quickly and with very little instruction. Using the iPad seems to be very intuitive for children. I am sure one of the reasons the kids enjoyed using the iPad more than using the Smart Table was the fact that each had an iPad and they didn't have to share it with anyone. The iPad 2 in its most basic configuration costs $499. Compared to the Smart Table, using a very naive analysis, this will cost a little more than $2,000 for 4 kids using iPads compared to about $6,500 for 4 kids using the Smart Table. But even the iPad has some disadvantages. For software updates, backups, and synchronizing new applications to the iPad has to be connected to a computer running iTunes. This certainly is not a problem, but for a couple more iPads, this gets tedious very quickly. There is equipment to store, charge, and synchronize a number of iPads at the same time, but this equipment is rather costly. There has been no damage to our iPad so far. We only let the kids use the iPad sitting at the table. I am sure that prevented a lot of the possible mishaps. Should an iPad fall to the floor, however, I would expect some serious damage. I think it would be a great idea to invest some money into some sturdy cases. Compared to the Smart Table, however, the iPad is certainly a lot more fragile. When it comes to the iPad apps, you are completely dependent on Apple's App Store. I do not think there is an easy way to create your own content in a way you can do that on the Smart Table without some real programming. Whatever the App Store has is what you're stuck with. Considering the huge number of apps available, however, I do think this is only a small disadvantage. Depending on the applications the children are presented with, I think the iPad can be a great tool in playfully reinforcing and practicing previously learned material. That, however, depends a lot on the subject. There might be a lot more apps on one topic than on another. I hope this bit of information about our use of the Smart Table and the iPad with children in our library will help you to make a better informed decision about if and how this is feasible for you. Thank you.